What's going on, everyone? Today we're here with, once again, Kea and Tiffany from Worldviews. I know most of you who have seen them on here before. And they coming just to talk to us a little bit once again about, what's coming up, definitely with the Kenya trip. We're definitely excited about that. Those of you who have went on the Kenya trip before are still watching the show. I don't know if you guys are trying to go on this one because many of you asked for it to be longer. So you can go again if you would like, but Kea and Tiffany come to give us some updates. So thank you, ladies, for joining us on the show today.
Thank you for having us. Yeah, we just wanted to come back on and give you guys a quick update, just in case if you didn't get to see the last video where we were just talking about how we extended the trip, because a lot of people were requesting that we extended the trip from 7 days or 8 days to 12 days. And so we extended it to 12 days. And now we not only have it 12 days long, but those 2 extra days that we added to it, we've added a business expo. And what is included in that, you will be able to sit down with some of the key players in Kenya to discuss relocation assistance, to discuss the possibility of getting permanent residency or citizenship, investment opportunities, both in government and in the private sector. And if you wanted to expand your business to Kenya, as far as opening your local entity in Kenya, we will also be covering those grounds in the Business Expo. And that's an exclusive package that we offer on this trip. And I don't want to take it all. I'm not sure if Tiffany wanted to ever, but we wanted to cover that part. Tiffany, did you want to add something to that?
No, you were right about the Business Expo. And I want to throw in some heavy hitters like relocations, land, real estate, startup businesses. We'll have those heavy hitters in there to ask for about the basic things. First, we would encourage you to take the tour, of course, before you decide to go into development in the country. But of course, we have those heavy hitters there as the basics for relocation and startup businesses. So I'm pretty excited about a Business Expo. But from there, I want to do some unique things that our tour has that no other tour has, like the welcoming ceremony with the dancers. I think Phil had some video up of that. Our unique ceremony, our naming ceremony that we have, and also that we're going to be staying at the 5-star Kempinski and Fairmont. Isn't Fairmont 5-star?
Yes, absolutely. Yes, it's the Safari Fairmount Club in Nanyuki. It's actually overlooking Mount Kenya. So we'll be staying the night out there. We got a really special luncheon out there that everybody was like, yo, y'all took it up a notch with this place. With the last group, you'll have a equator ceremony at the equator. We do a lot of shopping on this tour. As she said, the welcoming ceremony, Phil got to witness that the last time. Everybody was shocked because everybody was tired. So kind of maneuver it so that we could get the morale going again before we got to the Kempinski. And another thing that we added to our tour that other tours don't add to their Kenya tours, because most people, when they go to Kenya, they do a lot of safari, to be honest. And the way we have ours set up, we go to the national park. You go see your animals, you in and out. Phil can tell y'all how he felt about it, if he enjoyed it or not. I know that for me, I can't do a 3-day tour of a safari. I want to be able to immerse myself in the culture. So that's what we kind of take our time in doing as well. But on this particular tour, we're also going to be partner up or going to Kibera. And we're partnered up with Mora, and Phil knows her as well. But we'll be going to Kibera and doing a tour of Kibera as a group. And as we said before, it's not a poverty tour, but it is a tour to show the progressiveness of such a beautiful community, such as Kibera. A lot of innovative things going on in the community. Lots of business owners that would love to partner up with people here in the United States. So to see that in person, I think that it would change the concept or the mind of the community, not only for us, but also for the Kenyan people as well, the locals. We'll eat lunch in Kibera. We'll be hanging out with everybody. We'll also be going into some of the locals' homes in Kibera and visiting them and just seeing what the day-to-day life is in the community of Kibera. Again, I don't want to take it all, and I can't see Tiffany. So if you want to jump in, go ahead and jump in.
No, you're special. Well, Kibera is a beautiful place and definitely thriving, but we can't forget about the orphanage. I think that stole everybody's hearts in Mombasa, which is the coastal region of Kenya. It's a beautiful place. The kids are so full of life. You wouldn't think, and that is definitely not a poverty tour either, but just being there and being with them is just fun. When you go down to the bare minimum and have to entertain yourself, I think that's when it's genuine. So we had no distractions, no outside interference. It was just us, the kids, a ball. I was going around painting nails. I turned it into a spa. We have little tattoos we put on them. So it was just a good vibe and bring each other together. I think everyone loved the orphanage, and we still have feedback from them from the past group. So Phil can tell us how he felt about the orphanage in Kibera.
Well, let me jump in on here, and I will say this: Black people do need a vacation. A lot of times we don't take a vacation. You know, we are so stressed out. We're always working. We never do anything like that, and we have to be okay with saying it's okay to spend money, you know, with Black people. It's okay to go to Black nations. Now, when you talk about Kibera, yes, I believe all of us should go see Kibera because it's eye-opening. The things that you complain about here in America, oh, I don't have this, oh, I don't have that. Once you get there and really get your eyes open, you're going to come back here and going to say, you know what? My life is not that bad. And then the same thing when we went to the orphanage, that was eye-opening in some ways. And some people was crying about it because these are children. Okay. And I would, you know, not want my children, or you would want your children. You want to take all the kids with you. That's how a lot of people felt. And sometimes in America, we get so materialistic and capitalism and, you know, the grind, everything about America. We don't stop and think we actually are blessed in a lot of ways. And other people would love to have our lives in a lot of ways. Even our quote unquote poor is doing a whole lot better than some other places, you know, and that's why I like to tell people about that. But like you said, it's not a poverty tour where nobody's going through there snapping pictures of people. Now, I saw last time Becky doing that. And I'm like, what the hell is she doing in here? In snapping pictures of people, you know, trying to make a public spectacle of them. And that's when Becky saw me, you know, and even African Tigers saw it, they can start looking funny after that. Like, you know, they know that energy from Black Americans. That's why I tell us we need to go there to also cut out that mess that they be doing over there too, because they don't like us over there. I got a stream I'm gonna do on that, but that actually came from the tour, the stream I'm about to do. Actually in Mombasa, Kea. You remember that restaurant we went to off the water?
Yeah.
And you remember them folks, how they were looking at us?
Oh, the ones that were sitting right next to the shrimp.
The Becky's downstairs.
No, they were right next to us.
It was a full table of them.
The Becky's, though, they were Becky's.
It was men, women, it didn't matter.
Y'all know I was focused though, but I remember.
They were right next to us.
And they looked at me one more time. I was going to stare at her, and she looked up. I stared at her so hard, and she looked down. She started looking away, and all. I said, "You better look down." You know, see, when I get in the continent, I get more energy like that. Like, see, in America, I know this is y'all world here. So I gotta play a game a little bit with y'all here, but over there, man, no, you know. You're in my territory now. That's how I feel about it.
I agree. And it's funny that you said that. I digress right quick. But my homegirl, shout out to Tracy, excuse me. When we went to Kenya for New Year's, not last year, but the year before last, we were on the Kenya Airways flight back to JFK. And there was a Becky couple. I guess that's what we're calling them. Becky couple on the flight, and there was like a Nigerian dude, because you know Nigerians typically have to use Kenya Airways when they're going back and forth or whatever. So he's on the flight, and they came up to him and they asked, "Can they change seats?" He said, "Well, sure. Well, where's your seat?" Before he said yes, he was like, well, where's your seat? And he was like, oh, over there. And he was like, oh, no, I'm good. And they're like, man, you really can't move. You really can't move. Now, me and Tracy sitting behind him, and we're just looking like, okay, if this escalate, we gonna have problems. And we still on the continent. We still in Kenya, okay? And so they sat down and they started talking about him like he wasn't there. And we was like, I know you better not be talking about him while we on the continent. I know you. And he turned around, he's like, yeah, you know. And so it's incidents like that where you do get that kind of feeling like, no, not on the continent. Not on the continent, you gonna act like.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, in other words, but see, this is the thing, and this is why we have to be there, is because, you know, unfortunately, what I've seen is our brothers and sisters, you know, sometimes what we would say is kind of passive toward them and let them get away with certain things. But when we come, you know, as people in the diaspora, we come with that energy, and they know it too. They see it.
That's right. We don't play no games.
No, we don't.
Argument with my Kenyan friends. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I guess that's the way to reverse it, because it has a stigma. They call it the black girl or American black girl stigma, and our attitude and stuff like that. But that is a way to use it in a positive light, because once they feel that it's being used to protect, and I'm for it. I like reversing the stigma, because it's in me, and then I get mad because I fall into their trap at times. Not their trap, but I see it coming and I should stop myself, but I feel like they should feel me just a little more. But on the continent, it's completely different, because you have that backing behind you and they feel out of place. God, that sounds good. When I'm in America, I feel out of place. But then when I'm there, I have the backing, and they already know it. When they feel it, we don't even have to say nothing. We can look at them like that. And then, I mean, it's felt. So.
You ain't lying about that. It's like, I know this too. They have a little bit more act right over there than they would here.
They do.
You know what I'm saying? Like I told you before, you don't have no 911 over there. So who you gonna call? You know, you can't do it right over there.
Okay.
I agree. Way to turn it around. Now use it in another way. I ain't gonna get rid of it though.
But I want to see that stream when you put it up there, because they were looking at us strange at that. But here's the thing, and this is why you should visit the continent. And again, a lot of push have been pushing towards West Africa, and we love West Africa. Love what our sisters and brothers are doing in Ghana, Senegal, Mali, Sierra Leone, Liberia, the whole nine yard. But there's no emphasis on East Africa. And so when we are going to East Africa in the capacity in which we are, so we're speaking up. We're all on media. Phil was on the media. We on the media. We talking about coming back home and all of this. And they're not used to that. And so even when we interact or we see the other people, you know, they are the ones that have been visiting years upon years, mostly Europeans. And so they are treated in a different way. But I'll tell you this much, and Phil, you can attest to it. Everybody, when you go there, everybody, when they approach us, they always tell us, come back home. Why y'all not coming home? Or bring more. Or wow, we didn't even know you wanted to be here. We didn't know you wanted to invest. That is what's going on in East Africa. And that's why we're trying to push it very hard, that we get people to start going and start looking at possibly relocating and investing and getting citizenship.
Well, this is the thing. Recently, I just heard a news conference with President Kenyatta, and he was speaking about, you know, the diaspora, you know, coming, and he said, you know, we really didn't even know they wanted to come like that, and we want to partner with them, and he said we would love for them to be here. So he's starting to get on board with the idea as well. You know, like I said, all of them seen what Ghana has done, and you know, Ghana has been popularized. So everybody and their mama, you know, you say anything about Africa, I want to go to Ghana. I'm like, look, I love my brothers and sisters in Ghana, and I said, I will see you, but I'm gonna see you when they get done, because I don't like being in a crowd like that, and when something's just too popularized. And no, I like to come in when it's something just, hey, you being there, you're doing it on a genuine basis. Not just because celebrities went to, you know, a particular place. But Yeah, it's a lot of opportunity, and you can attest to this. You said they tell you why you won't come back, because in America you got some individuals that were like, hey, well, they don't like us and this and that and the third. They talking about maybe African immigrants, but in America it's a standard operating procedure not to like us. So if you want to go along and get along, then yeah, I can see some, not all, going that route. But when you go to the continent, it's a totally different story. And the same thing they told you, and they told me in 2 different countries. Hey, come back, like bring your family, bring your friends. Why you over there in America getting shot by the police? I've been told in Ethiopia, they told me that. Why you getting shot by the police? Somebody shooting you out over here. Come on back.
Right. And the beauty about East Africa is that it's not totally connected to the slave trade. And so the idea of us returning to the cradle of life, it's a different concept, right? I'm not saying that slave trade wasn't there. And we went to Fort Jesus, where they channeled the slaves through Fort Jesus, through Tanzania, and through Arab countries. But it wasn't a huge push, the transatlantic slave trade through East Africa. So the energy is quite different when you go to East Africa. And one of the things that I've learned over the course of now 8 years, I kept saying 7 years. I realized yesterday that I'm going for 8 years now. That the people of East Africa, more specifically Kenya and Tanzania, and I've been to Ethiopia as well, they literally are the connection to the cradle of light, to the beginning of what we call Africa, right? And we immerse through the continent. I don't want to get into the whole, because I love history and I'm into all of that. But when you get on that particular land, it's a different type of feeling. And we took another group after we took the group with Phil. And they had been to West Africa a few times. And they kept asking us, what are we supposed to expect when we get there? When I went to Nigeria, I did this. When I got to, Ghana, I did this. When I went to Liberia, we did this. And I kept telling them, look, Kenya is like no other country that you would go to in Africa, period. And when they got to the airport, they definitely bear witness to that. And they were pleasantly surprised. So we urge that you guys come along. In fact, our last group that we took, we literally talked to them almost every day in our WhatsApp. We create a WhatsApp group once you guys come on the trip so that we can communicate while we're on the trip and after the trip. And we suggested to our group for next year that we will do an annual trip just for them, because they were so amazing. Keep in contact with us today till this day.
Okay, so let me ask a question. Let me make sure I put this up so we won't forget this on the screen here, because we don't want to miss this at all. But let me get it up, because I know Tiffany gonna get on to me. All right, so this is the flyer. I don't want Tiffany to get on to me, ladies and gentlemen. So let's talk about this flyer right quick. Let's go through this. So how much is deposits?
The deposit is $500 still. We're still within the 45 days.
Okay, $500 deposit, and you say beach excursions. Okay, if you can run through those bullet points real quick.
Okay, the beach excursions, we're going to be staying in Mombasa. So they had camel riding. They went out on the boat, the glass bottom boat, and then you can do a little offshore surfing, but we didn't do that part. But you have a beachfront property in Mombasa. There's literally nothing stopping you. We are coastal in that hotel. So there's massagers on the beach. There's a lot of activities. We had some vendors. I think that's where Phil got most of his stuff from Mombasa, because we can negotiate with them, as I say. So the safari, we actually have 2 different days that have a safari in it when we go to the national park. And also when we'll be staying at the Fairmont, they have a safari and a lot of excursions included in that. Kea went horseback riding in the safari at the Fairmont last time. It is a 3-city tour. We'll be going to Nairobi, Mombasa, and Nanyuki, that's where the equator is in that city. We'll have historical sites like Fort Jesus, We're going to have our naming ceremony. And where else are we going that's more historic? Just old Mombasa is historic in general. The lunch that we'll be having there, that's where Phil met with the other Beckys. But lunch was delicious, and the owner of the restaurant was awesome. We even got an interview with him. So they gave us nothing but positive vibes there. The culture exploration, or say that,
Yep, you got
said it.
Exploration.
So that's just more, I think, of the naming ceremony and the dancers. And it's something about that African drum. As soon as you hear it and feel it, it's going to feel like you're at you're on the continent and you're where you need to be. Mount Kenya, the equator. Of course, we're going to drive through the equator. That is the center of the world. That is latitude zero. No, longitude zero. Latitude will be something crazy because we are in one of the 13 countries that the equator runs into. Worldviews Care Day is the orphanage village. That's going to be fun, positive vibe, giving back to the kids and just sharing time with them. It's not even about the physical things, though we will have those. And our traditional naming ceremony that we always talk about. This year, we're changing it up a little bit. We're going to have some crowns that we're giving to the ladies. And the men are going to get somewhat different of the tribal garbs. So we're excited about all of it. And this year it is all inclusive. Last year, everyone had their lunches and stuff like that. But this year, that's the only thing that was stopping it from being all inclusive. So that we're not going to stop that. Everything that you need, from transportation, entry fees into excursions, accommodations, flight, and food. We take care of everything. One-stop shop. And then, of course, our business expo. Can't forget that.
Oh yeah, never can't forget the business. So understand, last year it was not all inclusive, but this year basically you just show up. Now I would just bring you some money because you're going to go shopping with the brothers and sisters on the beach. You know, you want to do that. Because you can negotiate. See, over here in America, you can't say, "Oh, this is price. All right, man, can I have it for that?" You know, if you're a little negotiator, you can do that. Trust me, you're not stopping them by negotiating.
We will be there to negotiate.
They don't let it go. So don't think you're taking something from them. But like I said, people like my wife, she's a major negotiator, but she gave everybody money. She made sure people got paid that day. And so we have built some great things. Even this little coin thing I have right here, we got that on the beach. All wood right here. I love this thing here. You take the little Kenya out, and then you slide it here, and you see the change come out of there.
Nice.
Yeah, I like this thing. So I put the Kenya right back in, and I just throw my change in here. So yeah, I got that right on the beach. Love this thing. Very sturdy. So yeah, I would suggest go, and like I said, the water is green, brothers and sisters. It's gonna be warm, so you're not gonna be going to some cold climate or nothing like that. You can have your shorts and t-shirts, and you can put your feet in the water. It's not nasty, dirty, or anything. It's just beautiful. No race soldiers bothering you. You can actually have a good time. You pay it through, especially at the beach resort, 3 square meals a day, full-fledged meals. So if you want to, work out and watch your weight, then you want to go on a trip and just want to eat, you can do that. I'm just telling you guys from experience, what I have experienced, and I do suggest you guys go, because I wouldn't tell you to go if it sucked. And if this sucked, I would have told you a long time ago, hey man, don't fool with them Kea and Tiffany. But now they did good.
I remember, Phil, you were sitting at the breakfast table in Kapinski, and I walked up and Phil said, "Gotta give it to you. Good job."
Yeah. You're doing a good job, and I also tell you, I'm gonna put you aside and say, man, you suck. I was gonna tell you that. So, and that's a me feeling bad. And I went out there, I was feeling bad, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, you were. He was sick.
He'll say, look, I'm gonna take you to the pharmacy. So Kea took me to the pharmacy and showed me where it's at. And see, over there, it's not like here you got to get a doctor prescription. You could tell the pharmacist what's wrong with you. They give you the medicine, you just pay for it, and then just go on by your business. After about 3 days, so I was good. Yeah, about 3 days, I was good.
Well, yeah. Did you feel like everything was handled for you as far as just dealing with us, and everything was handled for the group? Do you feel like?
Yeah. Well, at least I can say everything was handled. I ain't had no complaints. My room was good. Everything was good. I ate good. You know, I mean, I wasn't aggravated, you know, nothing. I was aggravated. I wasn't feeling well. That's what I was aggravated.
Yeah.
That, no, everything was good. And then this time it's gonna be different, right, Kea? It's gonna be a direct flight.
Yes.
Oh yeah, well, Dad, you ain't have to say it like
Oh, hey, you know me, I'm gonna call you. Look, me and Kea have a different relationship, so I'm gonna call Kea a name like that. So that's just, you know.
Yes, you are correct. We are only doing direct flights with Kenya Airways. In fact, we are official partners with Kenya Airways. So we will fly directly from JFK straight to Nairobi. When we leave from Nairobi, we fly with Kenya Airways from Nairobi to Mombasa, Mombasa back to JFK. That flight leaves at 12:55.
No, we're not. I don't know. That's the military in me. We're not going to talk about flight times on the air.
Oh no, I'm just saying the flight time for JFK. You gotta relax. It's 12:55 p.m. It's the same flight.
And I'm asking this question for a reason, because I know it may sound stupid. I'm about to ask. Tiffany, are you a Black American?
Am I a Black American?
Yes.
Who's asking? Because no, not really.
What passport do you have in your back pocket?
Okay, yes. Okay. I'm an American citizen.
Okay, you're a Black American. Got you. I'm not talking about anything more than that. I'm saying it for a reason.
Okay.
Are you a Black American?
Yes.
Okay, so that means this is a Black American-owned company, and you're supporting Black Americans. You're supporting Black-owned businesses, and the money is going to Black Americans, also to people on the continent as well, which are the Black people. Because, you know, I want to make sure to put that out there, because, you know, I have my reasons for putting that out there. I know it sounds rhetorical and stupid, but
no. It made sense. It made sense.
Yeah. Because the companies that we have dealt with has been Black American companies. So let's make sure to put that out there. So, you know, with that being said, because we have to wrap up. So it's they can go to the website to pay their deposit and also ask questions, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Worldviewswv.com. We have on our About Us page and our homepage, you're able to access any questions, email us at any time, or call us. And you're also able to do your deposit online. And
also, you don't have to pay a big lump sum. You could do payment plans, right?
Correct. Yes. We have monthly payment plans.
Okay, just make sure you pay payments as agreed. Like I said, Phil doesn't get involved in nobody's payment. You're not paying Phil a deposit. No, it goes to them. I always say that up front, because, you know, I want, you know, somebody to say, well, I had a payment. No. Talk to them. Phil don't do that. You know, Phil don't fool people money.
Yeah. It was a pretty good flow. We didn't have a big issue last time. So, I mean, you just contact us and we'll set you up on a monthly plan and everything. And I just wanted to throw out there, we also employ the locals. So when you get on the ground, the guys that you see with the Worldview shirt on, we employ them as well. We employ the locals. So we give it back to the country as well.
Mm-hmm. Even that shirt she made was made by a Kenyan local. We do that intentionally also. That's not by mistake. So, yeah.
Awesome. So with that being said, Kea and Tiffany, thank you for joining us today, giving, you know, more information and also, you know, make sure we on the continent so we can check Becky and Brad if they get out of line. You know, just like I had to check one Kenyan sister out there because of old decrepit looking Brad was trying to push up on her. When I looked at him, I kept looking at Brad. He moved around.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Because I saw what he was doing. And I say, you really gonna try to do this mess in front of us standing here? So I started looking at it, and then I about to, if he wouldn't have stopped in 2 seconds, I'll be his sister, come here. How much shillings you need to get away from him? I say, because I didn't like what he was doing, but see, he saw me looking at him and he moved around.
Right.
You know, so that's why I say we gotta be there, ladies and gentlemen. If anything, go there and just check folks if you got to. Ain't nobody gonna tell you a word.
Yeah,
they sure ain't.
No, they ain't gonna tell you a word over there. You good. So,
right.
So thank you, ladies, for joining us on the show today. And like I said, we'll definitely stay in touch.
All righty. Cool. Peace.